Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode on our podcast, Two Puerto Ricans and a Black Girl. Today's topic of discussion is our top 5 most attractive attributes we like in our men. But before we get into that hot topic today, let's introduce ourselves. I am the Dope Widow.
I am the Glove Guru.
And I'm Mimi. I'm the Lifestyle Diva. And welcome to this podcast of 5 attributes that we like in our men. So who wants to get started?
You can start or I can start. I actually wrote mine down.
Okay.
They're not too lengthy, but there's just a little bit under each category. So the first one the first one that I put down was he needed to be a God-fearing man.
Mm-hmm.
I respect a man who knows and puts God first.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was appearance. Appearance is a big deal for me. Like, I love a man that has that swag. I love a man that could be, I just love a man who could be versatile.
Yes.
Like, he could wear that white tee with his jeans and a pair of white Uptowns. And then, he could change into that suit with a tie and just look so handsome. Like, I love that swag that he could change between the two,
Mm-hmm.
I also like, and I'm gonna keep this because this is also under appearance, but I also like that guy to always make sure he got that fresh haircut. His ears always looking good, and he got that fresh shape up. I love that. The way he smells is also a big deal to me. Like, I love a man that smells so good.
Yeah.
And then my number 2 was a man who's ambitious, a man who loves his job, because I love my job. I know I mentioned on one of our previous episodes that I'm a hustler. So I need my man to be a hustler just as I am, and just to have great work ethic. I don't like a lazy man. I like him, if he goes to work, I want him to work hard, I like a man who's on time. I like a man who doesn't take off. Everyone needs a mental health day here and there, but I just love a man who's dedicated to his job.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 for me was stability. I need a man, even when in our dating phase, I need him to have his own place. I need him to have his own.
Yes.
I need him to have his own, I want him to also be financially stable. I also want to make sure he has a plan. Like, he's not just thinking about today, but he's thinking about, maybe 5 years down the line. Like, what are you doing? What is your plan for the next 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things for me, although it's number 4, is words. I need him to speak to me with respect. Don't speak to me with disrespect or that ghetto language. I can't deal.
So you think that's under communication?
It is under communication. I said words because words are it's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Words is it's my love language. So that's a big deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like, Gigi laughs when I said that ghetto language, but I don't speak that way.
So
I don't speak that way, so I don't want him to speak to me that way. If I speak to you in a specific way, I want you to speak back to me the same way. Don't speak to me with that I, or I just, that's not for me.
So, I like a little I every now and then. I like a little I every now and then.
To each his own, ladies, but it's not for me. And my number 5 is safety. I need a man that makes me feel safe. That does anything to make sure that I feel secure in our relationship, that I feel protected, that I could walk down the street and I know that I don't have to look over my shoulder. You know why? Because he got me.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel I need a man's man. If I could say that,
Yeah.
I need a man's man. I need
my list.
So, those are my top 5.
Those are good, girly.
Oh,
Thank you.
You want to go next, or you want me to go next?
you want to go next, or do I go next?
It doesn't matter. I'll go.
Because mine is
Okay, so I wrote mine down. So I agree with everything you said, Jackie. So I just wrote them down in no, I don't think it's from 1 to 5. Just like it's no particular order, but these are the 5 things. So he has to have employment, a sense of humor. I put down I need him to be handsome, intelligence, and I want him to be thoughtful and spontaneous. So, like in employment, I think it umbrellas like a lot of things. So as far as like I want his credit score to be at a certain place because I'm getting mine at a certain place. And if he's working on it like I am, then that's fine too. But I need him to have a job where he's established. He has his own place.
Mm-hmm.
He has a plan for the future.
Yeah.
And definitely, I didn't put down God fearing, which I should have actually been my first one. But yeah. Yeah, not that I forgot about it. I mean, I guess I did forget to write it down, but that's just so obvious to me that I didn't even, I didn't even say it. But that is definitely tops of the tops. And I like somebody that's spontaneous. That does. Let's go out to here, or let's go here. Oh, I got us tickets to go to this. Like, oh, okay, let me get ready.
I definitely love that.
Yeah,
a man that can plan.
Yeah.
He doesn't always expect
and listens to things that I've said. Like I might have just said in passing something like, oh, I want to go see this, or I like this restaurant. And then, next week or the week we're there at the restaurant. It's like, oh, you were really listening.
That is so sexy.
Right.
It is.
So what you got to say, Miss Dope Widow?
Let me tell you, I feel like my list is like, I need a man with
sensitivity.
So my list is
what go let me interrupt you for a minute. If you could just speak up just a little bit. I could need to hear you a little louder, Miss
yes. check 1 2 1 2. Who is it?
Yes.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my list is actually like in the order.
Okay.
The top 3 are like in the order in which I need it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna sound kind of weird because of where I put one of my things. You would think is at the top, but I'm gonna explain the reason why.
Okay.
So, kind of like what you guys mentioned, the handsomeness, the certain look, right? So everyone who knows me knows my man gotta come with the what?
Timberlands and the baseball cap.
That is number 1 on my list. And you throw on some earrings, it's a wrap. Full attention. Right?
So he needs the Timbs, he needs the fitted and the earrings.
I can do without the earrings, but if you have them,
it's a plus. It's a bonus.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
That's a bonus, right?
Okay.
And it sounds weird, but for me, like the Timbs and the fitted, it just adds like that edge, right? You mentioned about security. I feel like a guy who could throw on the Timbs and the fitted and kind of has that swag, like, yo, I feel secure. Got my bag, Oh, I love it. It actually gives him like that thuggish to them.
And I think it's in the generation that we grew up in. That's what we grew up in the hip hop generation. So that's what we like.
That thuggish vibe without the gangster mentality. I don't need you to be snagging. I don't need you to be throwing signs. I don't need I don't need you to be a part of a gang. But I like that swag. It's really a turn on for me. It's what makes me say, oh, maybe. That's your first phase. That's phase 1.
Okay.
Right? But also, you mentioned being able to throw on the suit. I said, can switch into that suit. I don't need my man to always be in Timbs and fitted in a hoodie, and I don't need that all the time. I need you to be able to switch up, throw on that suit, have that sophistication, be that man's man that I need, because a man's man can wear anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What you wear, that swag is going to exude, that sexiness is going to come through.
Right.
Jesus.
Ooh, I can smell the cologne now.
He is feeling her number one.
And also the suit, the little Tim's fitted, but also be able to throw on that Banana Republic and have that preppy vibe and just give me a little bit of everything. I love a man that can do that.
You want a Renaissance man.
Yes, she does.
Yes, I can see you first in your preppies and your stuff, but at some point, the Timbs and the fitted got to come out the closet. I have
Right.
That's my number one. My number two is I need my intellectual hustler.
Yes.
Right? Which means is my man's man. I have to be able to have a convo with you. I want to be able to talk about worldly things. I want to be able to talk about politics. I want to be able to get deep into a conversation, like really dig into your soul. And I need someone who is able to speak the proper English, right?
Mm-hmm.
But unlike you,
I need a little eye.
that's all right. Because I'm quick to hit you with the yo, really word? That's yo. I need my man to be able to kind of switch the vernacular a little bit and hit me. You hit me with an eye, I'm like, ooh.
Right.
I care with you.
Yeah.
I need to do everything, but I can't deal with that hoodish mentality all day long. I can't.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. You know what? I speak that way sometimes, and I say yo, and here and there. That's not my conversation all day long. That's not my mentality all day long. Yes. So when I speak to a guy that just speaks like that all day long, and they have that big mentality all day long, yes, it's a turnoff to me. Like, I don't like it.
You have to be.
You know what? I think that, and I'm not like tooting horns or anything or being like vain or anything because I'm so far removed from being that girl. But I think that when brothers approach us now, they know that we're not going to be welcoming to no guy that's like, yo, what's up, ma? You know what I mean? Like, you can look at us and see that, what do you mean?
No. Like, I don't mind that talk when we're together. You and I are chilling, vibing, but when we're outside, you have to be able to learn how to turn it off. Right. If we're kind of just together, or if we're, walking around or whatever, but around people, you have to be able to present yourself.
Know your audience. Yeah.
Audience. That is absolutely perfect. Worded perfect. Right. And so I need that. Not someone who's always like, yeah, I said all that. My third thing is I need a man of God. So of course I need that to be first. Right. I don't know if you're a man of God unless you have on the Timbs and the fitted, unless I can talk to you, you're that intellectual hustler. Oh, let me go back. My intellectual hustler means what Jackie was saying. I need to know that you always have my back also financially. Like, I need to know that if tomorrow you lose your job, the next day you're already out there doing what you need to do. And it doesn't mean street things, but your mind is already set that I'm valuable. I can go elsewhere and get a job. People need me here. People need me there. Like, that's what I need by that hustler. Like, if we need money, you're going to be out there. You're going to grind and do what you got to do legally to make sure you're providing for me, my family, taking care of the household. I don't want to have to worry about where my next meal is coming from. I want to know that if I don't have a job, my man got it. Yeah. No, and that's that security. That's what I mean by that hustler. Your mind is always thinking about, what can I do to be better? What can I do to expand our finances? What can I do to not have a 9-to-5 for the rest of my life? Yeah.
But that's what I mean by having that plan.
That plan. That's the plan. I need a man who has a plan. You can have your 9-to-5 now, but I don't care if we're women of certain ages and our men are going to be men of certain ages. You still need to keep that plan of action and do things to reach those goals. That's my intellectual.
And you should have a plan of action more so now, because you get into a point where you're like, you know what, I want to slow down and be able to relax and enjoy my life and enjoy my partner, enjoy my wife, enjoy my husband. So, in order to enjoy these kinds of luxuries, you got to be able to have your finances in order.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And so all of that falls into the great credit, the financial stability, being employed, all of that falls under that umbrella. So then my third one was the man of God. And like I said, I need to see all these things. And then when I'm sitting and talking to you, I can pick out your brain and see where are you in your walk of faith, right? Because that right there, those are my top three, because if you're not a man of God, I can't rock with you. Honestly, I need to be equally yoked, because when we come across a storm, I need to know that I have a man who's going to be with me where I can pray with you. We need to pray the storm away. Satan is a liar. The enemy is always coming, trying to destroy things that are beautiful, right? So I need to know that you're going to turn to God on your alone time, and that we can turn to God together as a couple and get through whatever obstacles, and not even during times of obstacles, but even when the things are going great, we need to be able to come together and thank God for our blessings, you know? And to make sure that and understand that God is in control of everything.
And I was talking to a friend today, and it was a male friend as well too. And it's like when you get into this relationships, communication, everybody mentioned communication. You gotta have that communication, because before going into certain things, you would know that you don't have these same attributes as this person, and you would be like, you know what, this is probably not going to work out, because we don't have the same we're not attaining, looking for the same things, that you will already know before you get your heart and stuff involved and stuff, that this is probably not going to work out. And now you're just going through a lot of struggles, because it's like they don't have anything similar in common. So it was just like, oh, I like you, I was physically attracted to you and all that, but you need the meat and potatoes in a relationship.
You need that. So my next one, I had to create an acronym because I really couldn't like chop it down. So I was like, sus.
Okay, and what is that?
What does that mean? Okay. So I need to have I need a man who spoils me. Who spoils me, but not necessarily with all the riches and all of that stuff. Spoiling can just mean just saying kind words, just holding me, just a foot massage.
I just called because
a man who can just text me, I love you, out the blue. That is the most sexiest, heart-touching thing for me. That lets me know you're thinking about me, and that makes me feel so good, and just having that. So that's what I mean by spoiling me. I need a man who's understanding to my needs, because we all come with baggage, right? And obviously being a widow, I got a great baggage. So there's certain things that a man has to come prepared and ready for that, and understand certain things. And even if I wasn't a widow, you still have to be understanding and empathetic, right? I need a man who, I told you mine is long.
You only got 5?
I'm on my 10. He needs to be funny. I need that sense of humor. You can't be boring.
Oh my God, sense of humor.
If you don't make me laugh, that is a major deal breaker. I can't teach you how to make me laugh. You gotta make me laugh. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. I love being silly, right? And so I want to be able to just chill with you, and we can just look at each other and laugh. Right. Look at somebody walk by and crack a joke. I don't want someone who's all stiff. No, you got to be able to vibe with me. We need our funnies need to match. So I'm a little bit of a hopeless romantic, right? And the last one is communication. We got to be able to talk it out, right? And I'm learning a lot about communication. I'm learning about how I communicate. I just recently learned about how to stop thinking about how other people think, and just literally talk about my own, and just talk about it. Let them try to deal with what I need to bring to the table without me overanalyzing and not communicating certain things, because I'm thinking about what are they thinking?
What they're going to think, because this is what you're feeling. Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like, what are they thinking about?
If I'm thinking about something in particular, right? And I'm thinking about what, if I bring this up, it might be a sensitive topic.
Okay.
They feel this way. Okay. In a relationship, it's good to be sensitive to what people to their feelings and what they may think, but you really can't control the narrative. You really have to be the person. You have to just explain how you feel and communicate, as opposed to harboring, and allow that person to express how they feel.
And sometimes they may be mad about something, or not mad, but they may feel some way about feedback that you give to them. But it's like, if you don't give them that feedback, how do they know that you're feeling that way about something, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, I'm giving you this feedback. I don't mean it in any old kind of way. I'm saying this to you in LOVE, but this is the way that I feel about this situation. Then y'all can talk about it.
And that's why the communication.
Yeah.
At least they know how you feel. We need to learn to express it. We have to be kind about it. You know, the way delivery, we have to work. All we have to think about is our delivery. You know, making sure that we're not saying it in a condescending way or something that's in a way that's disrespectful to them. But we definitely have to share how we feel. I mean, how are they gonna know, you know, what we feel if we don't tell them?
And sometimes I notice, like, with some people, you have to give a disclaimer when you're saying something to them. Like, you have to say, you know, I'm telling you this, and I don't mean anything by, you know, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings when I'm saying this. So just receive it, because sometimes when you say something to somebody, oh, I don't like the way you do this, it's like they don't know how to receive that. So it's like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I don't know how any other way to say it but black and white. Like, I don't like when you do that.
Exactly.
You know, so, but I'm just letting you know so that moving forward, we can, you know, rectify this situation and find some medium where it's comfortable for both of us to maneuver in this situation.
Exactly.
Because if I don't say it, like, how are you going to know?
Exactly. And they're going to continue to exhibit that behavior because we haven't made it known that we feel uncomfortable or we don't like when you do that.
But guys are so sensitive to you. Think we sensitive when you say stuff to them? They're like, oh, no.
Very sensitive, honey.
Yeah.
But it's important, because then you kind of that behavior continues, and then it gets to a point that maybe you can't really rectify it.
Right.
You're always arguing about it. But as soon as something comes up in a new relationship, because it's obviously in new relationships where you have to try to fix these things, nip it in the bud, and then they know where you stand, you know where they stand, and then you can agree, or you can agree to disagree, but something is said and everything is talked about, and then you can move forward from there.
Again, I feel like, you know, if we don't tell them, you know, tell our partner how we feel or how certain things affect us, they continue to do it because we continue to allow it, and then it becomes a habit, and then it's so hard to break because now we've allowed it to go on for so long. Like, he talks to us any kind of way and we sweep it under the rug, and now when we just like, you know what, I've had it, I can't deal with it, and now he can't stop that behavior because
you've allowed it.
Yeah,
right.
You've allowed it, exactly.
And you let it go on for so long, they don't even take you seriously anymore. But now that when you bring it up, it's like a battle now, trying to, you know, resolve it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. It's so funny. Something else that I left out. They're gonna be like, "Yo, this is like 10." You have to be a hip hop head. I'm sorry, I love hip hop. You have to have the same well, I love pop music and things like that, so I listen to everything, but I'm like really a die-for hip hop head. Even if I don't know the lyrics, I'm a die-for hip hop head. And we have to be able to be in the same house together, which means you gotta be able to listen to my music too. On a Saturday when I'm cleaning, I wanna listen to a Tribe, I wanna listen to something really old school, some Mary, some Erica, I want to listen to some Busta. You have to be able to be on my same vibe.
But see, that's why I think communication is like key to everything, because when you first start out dating somebody, you should be talking about all that. Like, what kind of music do you like? What kind of this do you like? Because if we don't like the same music and we don't have the same taste as far as like entertainment and social, you know, it's like we probably really are not a good match.
We're not. Yeah, I agree.
You know, because music, I mean, music speaks volumes to a lot of things. When you feel in a certain way in your life, you know, you listen to certain kind of music. When you're going through something, you listen to music. So suppose you get with somebody and they don't like music at all.
Right.
No, sir. No, ma'am.
You gotta go.
No, ma'am.
You gotta go. Oh, no.
Right.
But that's where the friendship comes into play.
Yeah.
As opposed to what we've mentioned in previous podcasts of just allowing the lust and just kind of jump into something. When you build this friendship, you start seeing, okay, this person has a lot of my qualities. Oh,
right.
a lot of the attributes. I like that you got this and you like that. Maybe this can be a person for me. Like when you start off on a friendship type of vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And
like I said, you learn each other. You know, it's an opportunity. The communication, the conversations help you to learn each other. And like Mimi said, to figure out, like, am I compatible with this person?
Right.
So the communication is key. I didn't mention it in my top 5, but it's there. If there was,
it's like falls under the umbrella of everything that we just said. It's like when you right when you're younger. Like I know when you're younger, you're like, oh, you know, you so, you know, you thinking more like looks, and when you get older, you like start thinking about other things more. It moves up on your list.
Because you know what's important.
Yeah.
What's important. Again, I mean, we talk about age, and you know, we're at a certain age where we know what we want. You know, we're not looking around to play games anymore. We know what we want. You know. We want to make sure that we find someone who's financially secure, someone that we can build with. Exactly. You know, ambition is a big thing for me.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not mad if the guy, he's looking for those certain things. And, you know, like sometimes women, on the other hand, you know, when you flip the script, men they look for these things that we're looking for too. And women is like, oh, but he's acting on, you know, it's like, you know, it goes for both sides. So both people need to be equally at a certain place in their lives where they can be compatible with each other.
But that's a question that I ask is, what do you like in a woman? Because I need to eliminate myself from the equation. We could chill as friends because you're super cool, but I don't think I'm your girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to be bold enough to ask, okay, what is it that you're looking for in a relationship?
That's a good question. Yeah.
That.
Yeah. But you know what's so crazy? I love this because when you just hear these simple things, you don't even think that, you know, you need to be asking these things. Like, what is it that you're looking for in a woman? You know, what is it that you want her to be able to provide to this relationship? What is it that you want her to bring to the relationship? And you can think like, oh, I know I'm not going to bring this or that to the relationship that he just said. So, okay, I can cancel myself out and don't feel no kind of way about it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies, is there anything on your list that's going to be like a major deal breaker for you guys?
Oh.
Me as a Tim's and a fitted.
Well,
joking.
Let me look at my list again.
For me, it's definitely, I think these things are just so obvious that even the fact that you have to say it, but I'm just going to say it for the sake of us, you know, talking. Like, you have to be employed. Like, you need to be employed or owning your, you know, or have your own business or whatever it is that you're doing that's bringing money in. And you need to have your own apartment.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna agree with you, Michelle. I think he needs to have his own. I'm not gonna say it's a deal breaker. I'm not gonna go to that extent and say it's a deal breaker, but he needs to be working on getting his own, because I'm not gonna take care of anyone. I know we talked about this, I think, on our first episode. Like, I'm not ready for anyone to move in with me. So I'm not looking for anyone to move in at this point. So I really would like him to have his own. So I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Definitely. I think for me, of course I said it, but I think it's a deal breaker for me if he does not have his own apartment or a job. Like, it's totally a deal at this age. Like, if I was in my 20s or something and it's like, okay, you know, you're getting it to, but like, you know, now, like, you need to have your own apartment. I would preferably want you to have a car as well, you know. But I'm not going to be against it because I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to put stuff on people that I don't have as myself. But, you know, but I would prefer a man with a car as well.
He must definitely have a job. That's a deal breaker.
I mean, hello.
If he does not have a job, we could be friends, but we can't move forward with any type
Right.
of.
What are we doing here?
He can't say, "Yo, can I borrow $2 for a drink?"
I need a Metro card.
Come and see.
Yeah, I know I'm very like, I'm probably like a unicorn now, the way I think in my head. But I'm still like kind of old school with like, I want the man to take the lead on certain things. Like,
Ooh, yeah.
like, come on now. You can't, yeah. Like when I feel sorry for this generation, they go out now, like men don't offer the bottom drinks. They don't, I'm not used to that.
And it's not old school. I think that's new school. Because back in the day, like the women took the lead role. Like we would plan, oh, we're going to dinner, oh, we're going here, oh, we're going there. Like I never had, maybe I could speak, I speak for myself. I never had that guy that said, oh, I made dinner reservations. Or
wow.
I never had that.
But what I mean is old school is that when we went out, I feel like when we were younger, like if you went out with your girls, I don't remember. And I'm not trying to sound no kind of way because I will treat a guy, if I'm dating him. But I don't remember going out with my girls and if we're all at the bar or something and the guy's there and he finds somebody attractive or he want to talk to somebody, they buy drinks. They don't do that now.
No, now they don't. But back in the day, absolutely. I've been at guys interested in me and he's bought me and my girls.
My girlfriends, right.
Well, let me tell you, I like a man who holds the door for me.
Yeah.
Don't get in the car unless I get in the car first. I've had dinner reservations made for me that I'm surprised. Will actually put food on my plate.
Beautiful.
So that I can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are things and that's a man's man. I consider that being a man's man.
Right.
Just all the way around together and really knows that old school vibe on how to really treat a lady. And it's important so that if they're in our lives and our kids can see what a man is supposed to look like,
right?
How they treat a woman, whether it's for a daughter, whether it's for a son, they have that role model, that influence or whatever.
And they don't look in the wrong places.
Right. Right. You set a certain standard for your children to see so that they know that, oh, okay, this is how a man should be treating a woman. He shouldn't be yelling and screaming and not showing up when he says he's going to show up and,
Exactly. And the one thing that my husband did, he always stated, and it's funny, even before his passing is a conversation that we had with our kid and stuff, but he stated, when a man enters your world, comes into your life, in a new relationship, when he comes in, things have to change.
Right.
He has to bring something different to the table than your prior relationship. If you were here, that man, the new man, supposed to elevate you and take you, even if it's a notch above. You shouldn't remain stagnant. Your relationship should not mirror the relationship before it. Right? And so that's something in raising my kid, I let her know that when it's time for you to find your own man, or when it's time for me to find my own man, that it's important to, that person has to be can't be beneath what daddy brought to the table. Was daddy perfect? By no stretch of the word was he perfect. But he spoiled us. He loved us. He showed what love looks like in a home, what a father looks like, what a man is supposed to look like, and how they treat their spouse, right? And so she already has that engraved in her mind. And that's something that he told her, something that he always told me. And that always resonates when I move with my Boaz, right? That what you bring to the table how you bettering me.
Yeah, I mean, like when you come into a relationship, if I come into a relationship and I already have an apartment, I have a car, I'm employed,
what are you bringing to the table?
Like I shouldn't be going down from it. Like you shouldn't be taken away from what's already going on. If that is the fact, then thank you, but no thank you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm very comfortable in my NO right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so comfortable in that. So like, if you're not going to add anything that's positive to what's already going on, then that's part on good terms.
I hear you. That's exactly it. And I think about that. You gotta elevate me.
Yeah, I was also told by someone that like you said, if you're in a previous relationship and that relationship goes awry, the next relationship that you get into, the person that you're with, they have to be better than your previous relationship.
Exactly.
Like, you can't be in the same place that you were in your previous relationship. You have to be better than that relationship.
Yeah.
And what's scary for me too is the only thing I hear saying this is that I don't want to, and this is probably going to go take us off a whole nother topic. You know how we do. I don't want to start comparing relationships, because then you start looking at this person saying, oh, they not like Bob was and doing this, because they not Bob.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at this person for who they are.
Set of eyes and what they bring and what's different.
Right.
And of course, we did our top 5 attributes, right? So obviously, whoever we date, whoever we've been in a relationship with or moving forward, they're going to have to possess some of these qualities,
yes.
right? So these are the qualities that we like. But where's the extra qualities? Where's my little sprinkle on my ice cream,
Right.
on my cake? So, even though they can't be the same, but they will possess a little bit of the qualities.
Right.
But gotta be different. What are you bringing? Where's my excitement? Where's
the spontaneity?
I love a man that's.
I know.
Man, that's
like, why are you here? Like, oh, is that my bell ringing?
Yes.
We're going to dinner? Oh.
Yeah, I love a man that could call you and say, babe, be ready at 7:00. I'm
right. I'm downstairs.
What? Sexy that is.
I love it.
That is so sexy. It's ridiculous.
What?
And I'm gonna say, Mimi said that, if you mention, I saw this restaurant and blah, 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 would love to go there. And then next week you have reservations.
Right.
I've experienced that and I love it.
Yes.
I've experienced that too.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling when you mention it. Oh my goodness.
Because they're listening to you and it's like, oh.
To be intuitive, that is also key.
Yeah.
To listen and make that effort to make you happy. That says a lot. That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
That, like you stated, Jackie, that they're actually listening to you. And that is so important to be heard in a relationship. Not just want, but you're actually listening to the words that I'm stating to make me happy.
Yeah.
No?
And I'm telling you, everything falls. That communication is a huge one.
It is.
That's a huge one.
You want everything.
Right. You want to listen and you want to be listening, not so you can be like, okay, I got my answer ready for what I'm going to say to them. You want to listen so that you can hear what they're saying and then give a constructive answer, not listening because, oh, wait, I can't wait to get my word in what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? You listening to hear what they're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's important. That's where I'm kind of at right now because I'm used to be the type that I really don't want to hear what you have to say because you're in your feelings. But it's so important to be able to really just talk it out, be civil, because each other's feelings. And you mentioned before, Mimi, about perception. I may have taken it a different way, but that's not how you meant it. So I need to be able to hear you clearly. And then moving forward, okay, I kind of reacted. They meant it this way. So that I guess maybe each other's triggers. And
you got to know to measure out your partner as well, too. You got to know, what his triggers are. Like, some people need to be handled. Everybody needs to be handled a different way than somebody else. Like, something that I say to you may not come off as offensive, but if I said it to Jackie, she may feel some kind of way. So you have to get to know who you're speaking to. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's true.
But that's something else where that's one of my questioning is, what are your triggers? Because that's a question I ask as well. What things trigger you? Like, what are your? I have. What are your pet peeves? What gets under your skin? Because I gotta make sure what I do doesn't get under your skin.
Well, I know one thing that I can't have. I can't have a man that smokes.
Oh, me neither. I can't.
If you smoke cigarettes, it's a
that's a dead deal for me.
That's dead. Yeah.
You can't smoke the drinking. You can't be every day. I don't mind if once in a blue moon, if we go out, you can have yourself a little glass of something, you're good. But to drink like, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 glasses, and then I'm carrying you out the venue.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't do that. First, I can't carry you because you got to be taller than me. You have to be taller than me.
Come on now.
I got to be able to look up. I got to be able to feel secure in your arms. Not me kind of protect you. No, you got to.
And I'm kind of like a bigger guy, too. Now we're going to start getting into, the physicalities.
That's part of it.
Tall, kind of bigger.
Gotta be tall. Yeah. You gotta be, we both can't wear a size 28. Although I'm not a size 28. But we both gotta be there.
I was like, damn, I wish I was a 28, but no.
I'm not there. Next week's episode, you'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta look a certain way, feel a certain way, certain body types. You don't have to have the chiselness. Gotta have a certain physique though.
And everybody likes a certain thing. So it's like, what floats your boat may not float somebody else's boat. But,
Exactly.
Yeah, this is what I like.
Exactly.
I think we got a good list, ladies.
Yeah, I do too.
And then some, because actually I can go on and on, but I'm not.
Right, because there's so much stuff that falls underneath the umbrella of what we said.
I was thinking about that because we talked about the 5. And then I was like, maybe we should do 10 because I could keep going on about things that I would like in my man.
But I think we've definitely done more than 5 because
I definitely gave 10 in mine.
I can say that I started with my 5 and then Mimi had hers, which I also agree with. And then Gigi had hers, which I also agree with. So maybe my 10 are all here collectively.
Right.
15. We had a top 15.
Right.
Yeah.
And I definitely like a man that wears a nice cologne. Like if we're gonna talk about, let's talk about like the some of the superficial things, but that's some of the things that I need. Like a man that smells good.
Yes. That's a big deal for me. I need that. That's not. I don't want it. I need that.
To smell you is like, oh
yes.
Jesus.
Even like when you out somewhere, if you out with your girlfriends or you just out somewhere by yourself and you smell a scent and you like, ooh, you like turn around because you think that smells like your boo boo.
Baby. Dad, baby. No.
Ooh, child, yes.
I love it.
And I like bald heads.
You like bald heads?
I have to just be able to just.
I'm not mad with a bald head, but if they have a little fade or a little dark Caesar, I'm good with that too.
I like a little something on their head. Like I need some hair.
But I'm not mad at the bald head. I'm not. Yeah.
You just run.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever dated a man who had a bald head. I don't think.
Really?
No, I don't think I've ever dated a man that has a head.
Come on, get in the water, girl. It's warm.
Yes. I love it.
Ladies.
I also like a man that can have a nice beard.
I love a beard.
Just have a little goatee.
Okay. We're on beards. Okay, beards. I love beards. But when we start getting into the Papa Smurf Santa thing, do we like those?
I can't do the Rick Ross.
Okay.
I don't like it either.
No, I can't.
And I like it to be lined up and trimmed and
yes, where it's tapered, girl.
Yes. That is everything right there.
Yes.
A tapered
beard. That is the line, like, oh my God. And I need it to always be maintained because I love a beard, but it must be maintained. Like you need to go get that shaped up every week.
Right.
No, you need to.
Or keep it maintained. Like don't have it looking all scruffy looking,
Listen, the same way they like us to have our hair done and our nails done, and we need to look beautiful for them. It's vice versa.
Yeah.
They like us to be attractive for them. So we like the same thing.
Yeah.
And I just don't like appearance was not, God fearing was first, appearance was dead second.
You have to be. You got to match my sexy. You got to match my swag, my confidence.
I can't walk around if I'm looking good and you looking tired.
Hello.
Your haircut, you don't got a hairline, you don't got a shape up, your beard is all out of sorts. Like
what's better than a man with a fresh line?
What?
Come on.
We sound so superficial right now, but I just
listen. This is the segment of the show where we talk about superficial things. A good old line.
Yes.
Oh, come on now.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Yeah, but I mean, we gave the meat and potatoes, but every girl likes in God a certain, you have a certain thing that you physically attracted to.
Everyone does. That's the thing that draws you to that person. It can't.
Right.
For me, honestly, you gotta have a look. Like if I gotta lay with you every night, there's something about you that I have to be like, ooh, that's sexy. Like there's something in your face that I have to be attracted to. That's what's going to call me to you, and then it's going to make me want to look at the rest of these things. But
right.
Yeah, for me is that cut, that fresh cut, and that shaped up beard. Because if we're driving and I just look over at him, damn.
When you driving and they got that Yankee fitted on.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
To the side or backwards. Lord Jesus.
We a hot mess.
I was just gonna say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
It is so funny the things that we like.
Yes, and if it was 10 other women around, we would hear 10 other things that you know what I mean. Everybody has their thing that they like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. You can't have bumps. You can't have. You gotta be.
Yes.
Like butter.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
Well, we can kind of talk about this for hours.
Yeah.
We actually, I have a funny feeling that this is something that we might actually
have to come back to.
We have to come back to. We may have to come back to this because there's really a huge spectrum.
Yeah.
For a person.
Right.
That's just the outer part. What about in the home? What they do at home?
Right.
That's another.
And other things that you like,
Right. If you have a blended family, how do they just, this has definitely got to be continued.
This has to be continued with different criteria.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So I think that we said what we had to say about our top 5 attributes.
I think so.
Yes.
And so next week is July 2nd, and what's happening on next Thursdays?
What topic is next Thursday? I'm not certain.
Next Thursday is fashion and hip hop.
Fashion and hip hop. I love it.
Music. Yes. Can't wait for that.
Right. So look forward to hearing about what we like coming up for the fashion and what we're listening to now as far as music and stuff is concerned.
Yes. So real laid back, chill episode next week.
Yeah.
We can't wait to share with you guys.
Yes, and please, we can't wait for your comments. Make sure you're liking, subscribing.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe so we can continue to bring you content. Yeah. When you look at the video, make sure you're liking and subscribing.
You gotta make sure you
and share with your friends.
Yes.
Copy the links and share.
Yes.
All right, so that's it for 2 Puerto Ricans and a
Black Girl.
Can we?
We got it. There you go. Oh, I got it.
Hey.
I got slow.